Hello guys, and welcome to another Club 100 video. Today we're at a very soggy clay pigeon, and we're about to go out in just a few moments. And you can see there's quite a few puddles on the track, as it rained very heavily just before. So this is actually the first time a Club 100 cadet car has been driven properly in the rain, apart from Mill, where it kind of rains a little bit. And we're going to get a little taste of what this is like around here in Clay Pigeon. As you can see, there is not much grip out here, going quite sideways out of the chicane, going down the straight towards the hairpin. And I brake on the inside because I know I can brake so much later, because there's so much less rubber on the outside, on the inside, so you can brake so much later. Going through the long left-hander, which is very slidey right there. And this one was very weird. It was like not very grippy on the inside, but if you go like in the middle of the track there, it was quite. And then around here, again, I'm just trying to find the grip somewhere, anywhere really. And sliding all over the shop as we go down the straight towards the first corner. There's already a flag. Someone's already binned it. Don't know how they've managed to do that, but again, going around for a second lap. It's quite a short lap here at Clay Pigeon. Around, I think in the drive we're like 40 seconds, something like that. So not a very long lap. Go again, braking on the inside, getting that grip, turning across the track, trying to find the grip anywhere. Going through here, we're catching someone quite rapidly up in front, but this is only practice. And oh, someone's binned it. Just trying to find the grip anywhere we can. Going through the final corner once again. Drifting a little bit on the exit, getting a nice run down the straight. This corner should be flat out. Just turn and nothing happens, and it eventually starts to grip up. And as soon as you've turned, you need to be on the brakes. And someone's binned it once again. Caught up to somebody. Should we try and get it round the outside or something? We're trying to find a way past this person in practice, but it's quite a tricky track. Actually, no. This track has got a lot of overtaking points. Like here, I might get a switcheroo, and there we go. Lovely move. Lovely cutback move. We're through. Catching someone else up in front. Drifting about as all these water droplets appear on the camera lens, which is a bit annoying. But okay, we have to deal with it. Going through the final corner, we get past. Sliding all over the place, trying to find the grip. Going down the straight once again. See how much water there is just on the track, just spraying up into my helmet. I couldn't really see much. Visor kept fogging up, but that's practice, and there isn't actually too much going on in practice apart from me just flying past people, as I'm probably going to get the move done on this guy here. Oh, yellow flag. So I'm going to skip to the most exciting part of the practice, which is near the end, and you'll see what happened. So that was basically everything from practice. So here's my fastest lap in qualifying. It was actually the last lap, and you can see it's actually quite sunny now for qualifying, and it's actually dried up a little bit. And someone's going to spin in front of us. We have to dodge them a little bit, but we don't lose too much time. Again, going on the inside, braking hard on the inside, and then hitting the wet patch, drifting all over the place, going around the corner, into the long left, going out wide and cutting back in. drifting all the way around, flicking it right, and then towards the final corner, gonna flick it right once again, get the power down and drift on the exit, and then I can see it's the finish, so I dive for the finish line here, and I hit the wet patch and I slide off and almost die once again. And yeah, that was my quickest lap from qualifying, and here are a few highlights from Quali as well, from the very nice live stream they did.
Proved in that last tour of the circuit. There are some drivers out there on fast laps. I think, though, there's quite a collection of karts in the middle, and it can be difficult when you've got traffic to piece together a competitive lap time. Benjamin hasn't come across the line yet. In fact, he's based on the driver track, he might be one of the last ones to take the checkered flag. Jonathan Fuchsel puts in a good last lap to move up to third there with a 54.684. That was Luke Richards coming across the line. Charlie Williams across the time beacon to end the qualifying session there. And there is Ben Hamilton faster still. A 53.464 to really throw down the gauntlet there. And that is pole position for championship leader Benjamin Hamilton. And he will... Well, did I say it then? I said it was pole position.
I know, but you've already gone against
pole
everything
position
you've
there.
said.
Everything I said. There we go. Here, though, at the track, though, it is... we're going to immediately, because we're already out on track, look ahead to Group 1 for our super lightweights.
We've got the A finals to come.
Indeed, and speaking of which... I was so excited I forgot we needed to play the stinger for it. Yes, indeed. Super Cadets Pre-A final. Should we do a grid?
They're already coming out onto the circuit.
Benjamin Hamilton and Jack Redfern are first. I'm glad they all know where they're supposed to be. Benjamin Hamilton and Jack Redfern are row 1. Jamie Warner and Miles Harrison are row 2. Then it's Josh Byrne and Rex Ashley. Ruben Marmelock up into the Pre-A final. I mentioned how he got a B final win there, so there he's had a really big improvement there in qualifying form there for him. Charlie Spake alongside him. Alex Dodds and Jonathan Fuchsel round at your top 10. Then it's Ollie Hardy and Ellis Cox on row number 6. Row 7 will be Hamish Forrest and Frederick Navarro. Ashley Udo Mitchell and Jack Beasley are on row 8. And then it's row 9 to round out the 18 karts here for Ian Bagger and George Palmer Mobsby, except we've also got our promotions from the Pre-B final, which is going to be Owen Timon Clydesdale and Thomas Hughes. That's confirmed there for that one.
Perfect. Well, we're going to get this final underway very shortly, it seems. I do have a question for you, but we haven't got enough time, so I'll ask you some point during this race. Right, here we go. Benjamin Hamilton alongside Jack Redfern for the start here. Who's going to take it down into Billy's blind? Here we go then. First time of asking, and they're underway. 11 on the inside. That's Hamilton. Goes straight down the inside. Tried to squeeze through as well. Does the 49er Jamie Warner, and he is going to get it. He's going to be on the inside here for the S's, and does indeed take second place. Squeezes out Jack Redfern, and he could lose one, if not 2 positions from that. A couple of drivers going off the circuit, but managing to all keep it together just nicely. And look at that lead already for the number 11. Oh, a late one down the inside as well for the 36. That's Jonathan Fuchsel making his way through a couple of positions, but just going to get squeezed out to the apex there by the 27 of Rex Ashley.
I think what I saw at the back there was George Palmer Mobsby having a sideways moment in the S's, but another car clipped his front and turned him to face the right way.
Now, we've all had that happen at some point.
Palmer Mobsby is an interesting one to watch here because he sat second in the championship coming into today, but qualified for the back of this A final grid. Only just about made it onto this A grid, so it's going to be interesting to see, now that the conditions have dried out, can he move up the order, because it's going to be important for him to do so with championship rivals in the form of Benjamin Hamilton, Miles Harrison and Jack Redford, all sort of further up the order, as this is a look from Miles Harrison on Jamie Warner down at the hairpin.
He's got it already. Nicely closed off on the exit of the corner. And as you say, Warner now down to third. Redfern trying to pick up the pieces after not an ideal first lap, but that just can be what happens sometimes when you start on the outside. But re-overtakes and goes back down the inside. Was that Miles Harrison?
Yeah, it was Warner back past Harrison.
Retaking, of course,
and
on
Jack
Harrison.
Redfern's right with them as well, so this could be interesting into Billy's blind this time. Bold on the brakes from Harrison. He's going to try and tuck underneath. And it's still side by side through the S's. That can end badly, but they've worked themselves out. And that was a bold move there for Miles Harrison to say, no, really, I'm in second place, at least for the time being. As down the inside there, that is Thomas Hughes, I think, having a look into their hairpin, I believe on Alex Dodds there.
Indeed, a couple of moves. The drivers ahead were putting their hand up as if there was a yellow flag, but then there was some battling that went on behind at the same corner, so I'm not sure what happened, but back down the inside, that looked like Miles Harrison, back up into P2. And it is indeed, they're going to have a drag race to the line, though. Still got the inside line as Warner, so he is going to hold it, but inside line now goes to the 55 as they go down into Billy's blind.
All of this is gifting a gap here to Benjamin Hamilton as they all bunch up now behind. That is Redfern going down the inside of Warner there. As Harrison now has a quick look over the shoulder, goes, do I need to defend? And yeah, you probably do, because it must feel like half of Dorset's behind him at this moment in time, as they've all bunched up behind. You can see Josh Byrne getting involved in on this, as is Ollie Hardy. So this is an interesting little group, but the question is, if they work together, would they be able to have the pace of Hamilton and catch up with him? I'm not sure. At the moment, Harrison feeling the need to go defensive into the final corner, which is going to compromise him down the next straight.
It is for sure. Redfern looking to it around the outside, though, as Benjamin Hamilton goes even faster. 44 dead for Benjamin Hamilton. Not able to do anything about it, though, was Redfern. Out of the corner. Does go very wide. Redfern's going to go to the inside, and so is... Oh my goodness, they nearly went 3 wide through the S's there.
Yeah, I think that was Fuchsel trying to buy into this as well in the number 36, but couldn't quite make it work, and that's put him under pressure from Rex Ashley, but he's on the inside for the hairpin, and now Rex Ashley's going to be under pressure from Josh Byrne, and all Constantina's down the order. There is Rex Ashley on the inside of Horseshoe against Josh Byrne, and now Ollie Hardy's going to know. It just works its way back. It's like playing the old mobile, the Snake mobile game here. It just keeps on concertinaing up and going further back, and the pat just keeps getting longer and longer.
Yeah, I was going to say the snake gets bigger and bigger and bigger as we go on to another lap. Now Warner up to P2, Redfern still P3, Harrison into P4. A little bit wide once again for the leader of the pack. That means Redfern's going to try it down the inside. Not got enough of a run. Has to stay as it is through here anyway. They've sort of split into 2 packs now, but I think any sort of battling and overtakes, and that's going to be squeezed right back up again as Rex actually leads that sort of second pack now. As there's more battling on the outside there. 49 down the inside. So that's Warner back ahead. That's Redfern all over the back end, and it's actually going to lose a place there through the right hand of the 55, goes through it. Harrison back up to P3, and the 36 of Fuchsel's going to try and follow him through, squeezes him out onto the exit curb and gets it done. So Redfern 2 positions lost on the same number of corners. Checks over the shoulder to see if there's any more attacks going to be coming down into Billy's blind. I don't think there is, but there is further ahead. That's very late from the 36, and that's going to squeeze the 55 back out wide, so Harrison's then going to lose a position to Redfern. It's all kicking off in this pack.
Yeah, and there's another pack as well further down. Hamish Forrest in 9th place currently leads. Nobody is separated by more than 3/10 all the way down to 15th, 16th place. It's fantastic stuff here in this pack. You can see that pack just in the back of your shot as well. So battles, when we mean it when we say battles all the way down through the order there. That was Fuchsel, I think, getting alongside Harrison. Yes, it was. Yellow flag's out. But what are the problems? They're saying, oh, it's a yellow flag, we better all get into the right order. What's the right order at this point? This is incredible stuff. Jamie Warner leading the pack here, but under pressure here from Jonathan Fuchsel, who's going to try and go round the outside under braking into Billy's blind. Can he do that? They're going to tuck up behind. Redfern and Harrison still battling behind. This is fantastic stuff. Somehow it's still Jamie Warner there at the front as they come through the Sturmey Straight and under braking into the hairpin. It's now Fuchsel versus Redfern on the brakes, except Miles Harrison is going to get back into it in the number 55, and behind them Rex Ashley and Josh Byrne go side by side briefly as well.
I can't keep my eyes off this, mate. We've still got 6 more minutes of this. Trying it around the outside once again is Redfern, where he lost the position on the lap previous. But still yellow flags, has to filter in behind once again. Frederic Navarro gets an ABC bump and pass penalty. Not an ideal day for him. Currently stats in 14th position. So racing well, but just not quite able to find that move through. As you say, Harrison into P4. All stays the same through Billy's blind this time, though.
Bump and pass penalty for Frederic Navarro. That's going to be 4 positions added to wherever he finishes this one. That'll probably be in his battles with Ruben Marmelock, Ashley Odo, Mitchell, George Palmer.
Oh, that's a late move.
That's brilliant stuff there, but that's going to go wide there. That's very wide there for, was it the number 19 of Redfern going wide there?
I think it might have been. Oh, we've got a spin as well. No, that is Redfern.
That is Redfern round, excuse me. Oh, that's really gutting for him, because he was battling very well there. So one of our drivers falls here, and we'll have to recover what they can from this race. It's Fuchsel ahead of Warner, and Miles Harrison still with them. These 3 have been glued together during this race. Harrison's now gone through on the 49 of Warner. He's going to try and tuck underneath Fuchsel for the S's, and he's going to get the job done. Lovely move there by Miles Harrison. This is brilliant battling. It's going to allow Rex Ashley and Josh Byrne to get back into it, though, as well. Into the hairpin once again for these 5 drivers who seem to have been attached by elastic in this one. An opportunity here being offered as well to Ollie Hardy will be coming up onto the back of this as well. 6 seconds to the good. Look how they're going defensive into this corner. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, I know their heads in the battle, but you really want to think about your speed onto the next lap. And here we go. We've got yellows that are going to neutralise it now for a driver, I would presume, or a cone maybe, that's gone off spot there down at Billy's blind. As they, do you know what? I needed them to temper it down a little bit.
Thanks for that,
they
everyone.
might have a spare thought for us. We've got to keep going until like 6 o'clock tonight.
There wasn't actually anyone off at first corner. They just could hear us on the commentary. Well, they
need a break.
Yellow flag as there's more battling going on through there. I think that's Fuxel losing a position.
It was.
And it was indeed. Yeah, 49er Warner back through up into P3.
Beautiful move as well.
All over the rear end of Harrison already.
But here's the thing. Harrison's going to go.
Look at that, he's got him back 36. Fuxel back through into third.
And that's a brilliant move there. But the trouble is that Harrison is going defensive there in that last corner, and it gives him a bit of a compromise down this straight. There you can see Ollie Hardy's catching onto the back of this, and you can see as well Hamish Forrest and Alex Dodds going, this looks good for us too. As there, down the inside tries Fuxel, but Harrison's going to get him back into the S's. Goodness me, this is fantastic stuff from our Super Cadets here in this pre-A final. Harrison again going defensive. He's going to be slow though on the exit, but he'll try and have the inside line through the horseshoe, but already Fuxel's through.
Great switch back from Fuxel there. Read that beautifully. As heavily defensive was Harrison. He's going to lose another position here, possibly around the outside. He's going to try Warner. Not going to have the run, and that could open up Warner to overtake from the 27. Yeah. It is indeed. That's Ashley. Rex Ashley now up into P4.
Brilliantly
and Fuxel's got a penalty. ABC bump and pass for Jonathan Fuxel.
That's going to be really costly there, because it'll be 4 positions. A lot of the hard work being done here will be undermined. But this is the thing. Still wants to try and negate that as much as possible, so wants to finish at the head of this pack nonetheless.
Of course.
Brilliantly read from Rex Ashley on the end of that last lap to get a move in on Jamie Warner. You can see there Fuxel going hard to the inside there into the hairpin, but that's going to allow, and that's Warner trying to get the position back off of Rex Ashley, and has done so. That was nicely done there, as Ollie Hardy now is looking for any spores that can be thrown his way.
Indeed, it was a kick of oversteer for Rex Ashley. Just lost him a bit of time on exit there, and through slipped the 49 of Warner. Warner now going for it. That's a late one out the inside. Squeezes out Miles Harrison on the edge of the corner, and it is going to take the place. Miles Harrison now under pressure from the 27 and the 29 as well. That's Rex Ashley and Ollie Hardy, sorry, I should say. All over the rear end, and there's about 8 karts involved in this again.
I want to give a shout out as well. Battles further down as well. Frederick Navarro and George Palmer Mosby.
Someone got squeezed
great
off.
Battle there. Yeah, there's a squeeze off there. That was the 32.
Sorry to jump over you.
No, that's fine. That's Alex Dodds, who I think will be feeling a bit aggrieved from that one as they go side by side again, and that's another great move through the hairpin there for Jamie Warner. He's confident through that part of the lap there as well. Again, just to shout, Oido Mitchell and Taryn Clydesdale, Ellis Scott, they're all in a battle further down the order as well. Some great battles here. This is, though, the biggest pack of karts, though, on the tracks. They go 3 wide down the pit straight. They've got to be careful
Yellow
here.
Flags, yeah.
Warner as well. Yellow flags are out, and Fuchs almost goes, do you want to resume your place there? But I think he did line up just about in the right position here. He's got to be conscious. He doesn't want another penalty as well, as there's a stationary kart there.
Two karts, I think.
It is 2 karts, so I wonder if a battle has got a bit awry there heading into Billy's blind. Jamie Warner is back at the back up into second place, which I think is where he was at the end of lap 1. Fuxel's trying to go down the inside. They're both going to go quite wide. That's the 19
of
Jack Redfern, and it's, you know,
bad to worse.
It has gone bad to worse. He'll be looking to try and bring his day back together later on.
I think that might have been an overtake.
Oh yeah, was that Hamilton? It was.
So, yeah,
no, sorry, not
of
Harrison.
Back to the front. Fuxel still in P3, and now Warner down to P4.
Indeed, yeah. Sorry, Harrison up to the top of this pack. Everyone down to Josh Byrne in 9th place. This is fantastic. 2nd down to 9th. Benjamin Hamilton, when you get back in at the end of the day, watch it back. You'll see what was going on behind
race behind you.
He's controlling it brilliantly by 10 seconds at the front, though.
Fantastic. His pace has been mental. But Hamish Forrest, recently getting involved with this battle now, does have the fastest lap of the race, a 43.503 for Hamish. Currently in P7 in the number 24, but that's probably changed by now.
This, I have to say, I don't. You know, this is what this series is about, right? Giving these drivers these fantastic situations where they can go wheel-to-wheel racing. Again, Harrison goes defensive as Benjamin Hamilton ahead of them has started the last lap of the race. So this is the last lap for them It starts with Miles Harrison in second place. Jonathan Fuchsel with a penalty hanging over him in third. Harrison's going to try and keep it tight through Billy's blind, but does that leave Fuchsel exposed there to Warner? He manages to hold on for now. Are there going to be any opportunities on for them in the hairpin?
That was a good bit of defensive work from Harrison. There goes defensive once again into the
go
hairpin.
tight.
Yeah, but doesn't really need to. Both try it around the outside, the 36 and the 49 of Fuchsel and Warner, just trying to find any space that they can. But has he got it round the outside? Fuchsel's going to try it. He's going to get squeezed out and up and under goes, I think that was Warner, wasn't it? And followed through by Hardy, I think.
Hamilton is taking a fantastic win ahead. He crosses the line now. There's the win for Benjamin Hamilton. Who's going to finish second here? It looks like it might be Jamie Warner, but it's going to be a drag to the line here. It's been a fantastic last lap for Hamish Forrest. He's really moved up here. It's going to be Warner who takes second. Hamish Forrest, what a brilliant last lap. Read all of that brilliantly between that pack to finish third. Fuchsel in fourth, but will have a penalty applied. Miles Harrison in fifth. Ollie Hardy wide coming out the hairpin on that last lap. Just lost out a bit there. Sixth place, still good points. Alex Dodds, Josh Byrne, Rex Ashley, Frederick Navarro, but I believe Hassor had a penalty to be applied. George Palmer Mosby, good moves up the order to 11th. Thomas Hughes, Ruben Marmelock, Ashley Udo Mitchell, Ian Bagger, Owen Timon Clydesdale, Jack Beasley, Ellis Cox, Charlie Spake, and Jack Redfern. With one to forget, he'll be looking to have a better time of it out last time. We can't talk for too long about that because the whistle's been blown on the next pack. But mate, that was my race of the day so far.
About it. Not fair.
No,
that was so good. But yeah, like you say, right, we're going to have to move on to the next race, which is the June.
Is going to be your A final in Super Cadets. Let's take you through the grid then for your Super Cadet A final. Benjamin Hamilton will start this one on pole position with Hamish Forrest alongside Miles Harrison and Jamie Warner on row 2 with Ollie Hardy and Alex Dodds on row 3. Row 4 is going to be Josh Byrne and Jonathan Fuchsel. Rex Ashley and George Palmer Mobsby will round out your top 10 with Thomas Hughes and Ruben Marmelock on row number 6. Row 7 will be Ashley Udo Mitchell and Frederick Navarro. Ian Bagger and Owen Timon Clydesdale are next with Jack Beasley and Charlie Spake on row number 9. Then it'll be Jack Redfern and Ellis Cox, and they will be joined by the confirmed top 2 finishers from the Super Cadet B final, not on the grid graphic there, but it will be Oliver Bamford Sr. and Emily Meredith, who will be on the back of this grid. Yeah, with those penalties, remember that discussion point earlier of Blakeman and getting those penalties in spite of finishing up on the road. So those are the 2 who join us there for this one. And if...
we'll definitely go around again.
They're definitely going around again. And Nicky Richardson there doing as much like to your right, please.
He needs some of those things that the people at the airport hold.
Yes!
Direct them through.
Just a board with an arrow on it.
Like it is at the final corner for the pit entry at Wilton, where it's like bright yellow, pit entry here. You can't miss it. We need Nicky Richardson holding something similar.
Yeah.
Still not really closed up though, so yeah, going around again.
Indeed.
But Benjamin Hamilton on pole for this one. We've seen how impressive he's been so far today.
Yeah, he's tearing himself up nicely here for...
It was, what, 10, 11 seconds win in the pre-final?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just, as I say, I don't think it's mathematically possible for him to win the championship, but obviously he could take a big step towards it here ahead of our final round up at Buckmore Park.
Nope, we are going around again.
No, we are going around again. That was a late call.
Up in the middle of the pack. Come on, boys and girls. Let's close this up as there we go. We've got a new driver joining the pack, so that was probably why we waited for that one.
Yeah, I think that was Josh Byrne who just needed to get into his position.
All right.
So, hey, the A finals earlier were... This was an amazing, the pre-A final earlier. So this could be a really interesting one. Look out for Hamish Forrest, who had such a good final lap, final couple of laps. This could be really interesting. Can anyone challenge Benjamin Hamilton at the front of this one? We're about to find out. Here we go then for 12 minutes. Your Super Cadet A final. Benjamin Hamilton leads them away down towards Billy's blind, and it's a great start from Hamish Forrest already. He's got his nose in front going into Billy's blind, but he'll be on the outside. Can he hang in there, and can they all sort themselves out into the S's for the first time?
No.
No, that's Josh Byrne round.
17. Oh,
and
dear.
there's disappointment there for Josh. I don't think that's going to be enough to induce a full start, though.
Move down the inside from the 32. A little bit of contact there. That's Alex Dodds going through. I think up to P3 now it is indeed in the 32, but a little bit of side pod to side pod contact there.
Yeah.
He went quite deep on the brakes, but we'll leave the stewards to decide that one. But up into P3 for him nonetheless. The 36 of Fuchsel is that just behind it is indeed. He's had a good start as well from P8 up into P4 now as they come to the end of lap 1.
Yeah, indeed. Hamilton, though, has had the dream start. He was able to hang on to the first round. Billy's blind and has now pulled a bit of a gap. So his modus operandi resumed, really. That's how we saw things earlier on, as that's a beautiful little move from Jonathan Fuchsel on Alex Dodds to take himself up into third place here. But this is the question now for me, John, is can they work together? Do they try working together? Or do we have an out-and-out battle over second place? As that is a big 29. Off moment there for the 29 of Ollie Hardy. And that's from quite high up
on the grid.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, from quite high up that's happened.
It was very high up, so sad to see that. Yeah, and he was P6 when he went across the line. So Udo Mitchell has got a penalty out of that one, Ashley Udo Mitchell. So yellow flag down into the first corner, as expected. Indeed, ABC takeout for Ashley Udo Mitchell. So clearly a battle that got a little bit too heated there down at turn 1. But as you were saying, they've got to work together if they want any shot at P1. He's already got a 1.5 second lead as Benjamin Hamilton. Look at this late move for the 49 down the inside. Is there going to be any contact there? No, to be fair, for Warner. But he's going to be hung out to dry on the outside here by the 32 of Dodds. And Dodds retakes the position. But up and under goes Warner. What a brilliant move. Well read from Warner. And through he goes.
And that move wouldn't have worked a few hours ago. You know, the inside of that corner was really damp. You wouldn't have had the traction there, but makes it work. As there's still yellows out there, even if the driver's been recovered, the tyres will need to be repositioned down at Billy's blind. And then they resume.
Yeah, they're not all just waving at someone. They're just showing that they've seen the yellow flags.
Oh, we've got yellows there, though, in the next part of the lap as well. You can see Benjamin Hamilton with his arm in the air. And have we gone... No, I think that's
they
just
are definitely going slower. I think they're just being good, aren't they? They're just slowing down a little bit.
I was just wondering if we... Yeah, we've gone full course yellow.
Full course yellow, okay.
It looks to me that is a static yellow, I think. Or we've just got yellows covering most of the lap.
Hamilton's still got his hand up through the final section, though, so
yeah,
I think you might be right there.
FCY.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, full course yellow.
So I imagine that's just to...
rebuild the barriers, I think you're right.
I think so.
Yeah.
So we'll soon see racing get resumed.
So is it effectively the same as the Battenbergs? Do they have to close up, or do they keep their sort of gap?
I don't believe they have to close up, no.
No. Okay.
So it'll just be a case of at some point we'll go back to green. And that will be marked by the yellows going in. The marshals do have... maybe they do.
Maybe
need
they
to close up, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Otherwise, they're on Ben Hamilton. I'm not going to want to close up, am I? I want to keep my lead that I've built over a nice amount of time. But
it's a
difficult one.
It is. To be clear, this is within. You don't see it too often in Club 100 FCY employed. But it can be if you've got a situation like this.
I think this is my first time seeing it, hence why I'm asking all the questions.
No, we have seen it before. It's a good point as to whether they have to close up. I believe.
Not sure.
Well, obviously earlier I believe they didn't, but yes, no. Thinking about it, when I have seen this just like a couple of times before.
No. Hamilton's still ahead, and looks like we're going back to green.
Yeah.
So here we go then across the start-finish line. A couple of drivers caught napping there. 26 of Navarro moves to the inside, but it will turn to the outside as they go through Billy's blind. 36 is going to try it, though, up and under near the front of the pack. Fuchsel going for it, and he does get it up into P2, but he's going to compromise his line out. That's going to give a good run to the 32 as well of Dodds. He's going down the outside of both of them, might have got both of them, but Fuchsel is going to try and hold it there on the inside, and all chaos is breaking out in this pack. My goodness, they're almost 4 wide there on the exit. Who's going to have it? Dodds still there on the inside, but Fuchsel trying to hang it around the outside. They're going to get squeezed out. Another driver trying on the inside, just misses the curb there. I don't know who's going to make it out ahead of this,
I have no idea. If you slowed this down, you'd think it was a formation lap because they're side by side all the way back through the pack.
What were we saying about working together to catch Benjamin Hamilton?
Oh, it's gone. That's gone. I think Hamilton was all right, though, to do what he did.
Yeah,
no,
I think it's full course yellow. You're fine.
As I say, I couldn't recall that there was any rule about them needing to close up.
That's what I'm used to on the Battenberg flag is all, so that's why I asked the question. But no, full course yellow, I don't think so.
Yeah. You're right, though. It is quite rare. I think I saw it a couple of years ago, maybe. I think it was an event here, actually. Again, wanted to repair the tyre barriers. Now that we're in dry conditions, of course, we are up to a high-speed clay pigeon here.
I was just about to say Hamish Forrest moving his way through the pack so nicely and then gets himself an ABC bumper pass penalty.
That super defensive line from Fuchsel into the last corner. Surely he's going to get caught on the next straight or be under pressure at the very least, because that was such a shallow line he took on entry. And it is indeed going to be Forrest who's trying down the outside, but yes, has the penalty to be applied now. It's a bump and pass.
Oh,
he goes up very wide, and that's going to allow Alex Dodds and Jamie Warner to get involved as well. I think that's gone the way of Warner. That was brilliantly read from him there if he's got to the head of that. Yes, he has. Jamie Warner in the 49, a double pass, almost a triple pass, I believe, there, going through Billy's blind and the S's.
That was incredibly impressive, wasn't it? What a move. I'm not sure if Forrest ended up on the wall on the outside there, because he did go very wide, ended up getting on the grass. He might have collected it, but then had to go over the grass, so definitely has lost a number of positions. George Palmer-Mobsey getting himself an ABC bump and pass as well from PA. He's very much in this battle. But yeah, what a move from the 49. But here comes the 32 to re-attack. That's Dodds going back for it in P2. He's going to be on the outside, though, down into Billy's blind. Gives room and makes the overtake stick. But back up and under tries the 49 of Warner. Is going to be side by side. Who's going to squeeze? Oh, there he goes. So that is Dodds back up into P2. Warner having to relinquish the position down to P3. But 36 is getting back involved now as well. Fuchsel tries it down the inside at the hairpin. It's now going to turn up to being the outside, which could open him up to Navarro trying it down the inside, who does, tries to follow through. They're 2x2x2 going through the middle section of the circuit. Who's going to end out in the lead? It's going to be the 32 of Dodds still in third place. Then Warner in third. Then Fuchsel, I believe, in fourth. And now under serious pressure from Navarro and Spake, I think it is, getting involved in the 78 car. It is indeed with that orange helmet. Lots of penalties coming through, though. An ABC takeout for Ruben Mamalok, an ABC bumper pass. Another one for George Palmer-Mobsey. And that, of course, Hamish Forrest, the one we saw slightly earlier. Looking back to this battle as they go down towards the hairpin, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe even 9 carts involved in this one. Now the 34, Palmer-Mobsey involved, of course, now has that penalty. All down the inside, tries it at the left-hander. They were quite late from Dodge trying to re-overtake Warner, but I think has managed to squeeze him out and has indeed. So retakes P2 once again. Now Fuchsel trying to get back involved too. I can't take my eyes off this, mate. This is ridiculous.
It is that.
Try and find out who's in what position after looking away at your spreadsheet.
Yeah, I was just double checking things from a championship perspective, and it's pretty clear to me that it stays open
down the inside once again. The 36 of Fuchsel, though, is going to get them both, though. To the inside he goes into the S's and does get them both. What a move from Jonathan Fuchsel. And he goes back to the front of this train, but no, immediately overtaken by Warner on the exit. But still has it up the inside. That's the 26 of Navarro now retaking it. I think that was Warner, was it? Or possibly Dodds actually getting squeezed out to the outside, and does. Retakes the position over Spake, trying to squeeze out Navarro now to retake fourth. Navarro still there on the inside, though. Gets a contact warning for his troubles, but should be able to hold on to P4 here, and does. Squeezing back through, though. It is Spake. Still side by side, though, as they come to the start-finish line. And more drivers getting involved. Look, the 26 showing his frustration is Navarro, who wants to push forward to the 2 ahead. But you need to deal with these 3 drivers first, mate.
And that's going
wide
as well.
That was Dodds, I think.
Yeah, and that's going to be...
Oh, we know he's round!
That's round. Oh, that's gutting for Dodds, but that's interesting because that was George... I think that was Palmer-Mobsey and Harrison who were the drivers involved in that. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how race control judges that because...
I think Charlie Spake's got a contact warning for that move, I think.
So Palmer-Mobsey and Miles Harrison, just to be clear, are second and third in the championship here, and they're coming onto the back of a pack, and if they want to try and keep things... keep in touch with Benjamin Hamilton, championship leader, they're going to need to try and make progress up through this pack. As Miles Harrison, it looks to me, has already got past Udo Mitchell there, up into 6th place. So he's on the move, and he in many ways, he needs to be, as Fuchsel is going down the inside there on Jamie Warner and has got the move done. Not the first time we've seen Fuchsel do a very neat, very tidy move there through the S's.
It was good, though. Moves to the inside to defend at the hairpin, tries it around the outside, does Warner. That will be bold if he can keep it there. He's going to be on the inside for the left-hander coming up. Can't quite. Fuchsel cuts him off very nicely and up into P2. That's finalised, well, for now anyway. Still 2 minutes to go. And I can't call this. Look at this.
If there's one phrase we can't use today, is that's finalised. Yeah. I think that's bold, but I know what you mean. For now, it stays as it was, as that's Miles Harrison now on the back of Fuchsel there. Jonathan Fuchsel now in second place. Miles Harrison has worked his way up through the positions these last few laps very well. He's going to tuck underneath and he's going to take second place. I said that he needed to try and work his way through if he wanted to keep the pressure on Hamilton from a championship perspective, and that he has done in abundance over the last few laps.
Indeed, he moved his way through nicely. And now up to the lead of this pack, but under pressure from Warner as Warner tries it. Tries to switch back, but he is going to be on the outside for this final corner.
Udo Mitchell got by on Navarro through the hairpin as well, as Harrison feels the need to go defensive this time, and that again might leave him compromised against Warner as they come on to another lap.
Yeah, starting another one here. Just over a minute to go now. And Harrison's still leading this train. Look at this. Fuchsel's going to try and squeeze his way through into the S's. Not quite going to work. It's going to hamper his exit as well. So he might be under attack here from Udo Mitchell in the 71. And Udo Mitchell does dive to the outside. Realises that the apex isn't going to open up. But that allows for the 26 of Navarro to try and squeeze his way through. Going to be on the outside then once they get back to the apex here. But has managed to make it stick. Charlie Spate gets a penalty though from P7. That is contact times 3. I did see him get a few contact warnings earlier. So gets a penalty for his troubles as Hamilton already going on to the last lap.
Yeah, indeed. 8.5 seconds to the good. At the front of this one is Hamilton. And he's been driving very impressively today by my maths. And I want to stress, all of my maths is very provisional. But he can't win it here. Look at this side by side. Warner sees the opportunity coming onto the back straight. This is going to be interesting. Harrison, I think, is just in front here. Opportunity is going to be there for Fuchs, although as well into the hairpin. They're all down the inside. Navarro as well. And that's costly for Miles Harrison. He drops back and loses a lot of the work that he did before. It's side by side as well between Palmer and Tom Geisel. That's wide, I think, for Hamish Forrest, I think it might be there. It's going to be Benjamin Hamilton. Sorry, yeah, Benjamin Hamilton takes the win, though, for the Super Cadets here for round number 6. And it's going to be a drag race to the line. Jamie Warner is going to come through just to take second place ahead of Jonathan Fuchsel and Miles Harrison. Frederick Navarro and in 5th place, Charlie Spake in 6th. Then it's 7th for Udo Mitchell, Timon Clydesdale in 8th, Palmer Mobsby in 9th, but there's a penalty to be applied there. Thomas Hughes rounds out your top 10. It was Jack Beasley, Ian Bagger, Oliver Bamford Sr., Alex Dodds, Ruben Marmelock, Rex Ashley, Hamish Forrest in 17th, Jack Redfern in 18th. Maybe not where Jack would have liked to have been come the end of today from a championship perspective. Josh Byrne in 19th, 20th for Emily Meredith, Ellis Cox in 21st, and Ollie Hardy we saw with issues on that first lap. That was your A final. We've already got to look ahead to your A final for super lightweights.